Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Donna, and good morning, friends. I will introduce to you. My name is Volma Elviana Clara Manalu. My ID is 20035039. I will explain to you about my essay, where this essay is taken from a chemistry book, page 173 to 175. And the title of my essay is Naming of Acid and Bases. Well, this is the first paragraph of my essay, or what is called introduction. I think the main idea of this paragraph is found at the beginning of the sentence, namely, acid and bases are chemical compounds that we often find in everyday life. Then the statement is developed so that it shows the many types of acid and bases, so that to make it easier for us to remember, we can name the types of acid and bases. And in this essay, we will explain the names of several types of acid, namely is binary acid, oxoacid, which compounds halogen, and also bases. Okay, now I will start explaining the content of my essay. The following is the second paragraph in my essay, which is also the first body. In this paragraph, I discuss binary acid naming. For binary acid, we will add the hydro prefix and the H suffix, after which the acid name is followed. In this paragraph, we can see an example, namely hydrochloric acid. Next, we can look at my third paragraph. The main idea of this paragraph is the naming of oxoacid. We know that oxoacid is an acid that contains hydrogen, oxygen, and other elements. Usually, the amount of oxygen in oxoacid is more than 1. So for the naming, when there are two oxoacids, the oxoacid with the highest amount of oxygen will get the X suffix, and the oxoacid with the least amount of oxygen will be at the O suffix. The example is sulfuric acid and sulfurous acid. Next, we will still discuss about oxoacid, but this time I will explain about oxoacid which have halogen element in them. Halogens can form for different oxoacids, and their names will be different. First, for the oxoacid that have the most amount of oxygen, we will add the prefix per and the H suffix. Then, for oxoacid with the second highest amount of oxygen, we add the X suffix. Next, for the oxoacid with the third highest amount of oxygen, the suffix "-os" is A. While for oxoacid with the least oxygen, the prefix "hypo" and "-os" are given. Here are some examples. Next, this is a paragraph that will discuss bases. What are names for bases? Actually, there is nothing special in their names. For bases, we only need to name the metal and we continue with the word hydroxide. Here are some examples. The following is the final paragraph which contains the conclusion of the previous paragraph. As we discussed earlier, adding the hydro prefix will tell us that it is a binary acid. Then, for oxoacid, we will add the H or O suffix depending on the amount of oxygen. While for oxoacid, which have halogen element, we will add the prefix per or hypo. Finally, for bases, the naming is very simple, namely by saying the metal followed by hydroxide. Now that we know the names of acid and bases, I hope we can start giving the correct names for each of the acid and bases we use in our daily lives. That was the explanation for my essay. I'm so apologies because there are still many mistakes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your attention, Miss and all of my friends. Good morning.